his first century of this new campaign. And it's put him 4-3 in front. Nothing that Ali Carter hasn't seen firsthand before, of course, just as he was looking really good in the match. The momentum shifts again. Of course, he made his 1000th century at the Preston Guildhall in the last frame of the Players' Championship Final 2019, and we believe that venue will be reopening, so maybe there could be some more snooker there in the future. It's, of course, where he also won the UK title at the age of 17. Little appreciative tap on the table for that thin safety from Carter. It's turned into a really good match, this. You go out to dinner together, but you don't have to. They admire each other as players. Another terrific shot.
Well, they've grown up in the same part of the world, and I think, I don't know the full details, but I'm sure they practiced together for many years. A lot of the Essex boys have done, and yeah, they're contemporaries over a long period of time, aren't they? He's just got to be mindful of it. Doesn't want to hit it on the way back up. Exactly what he's done. Full ball as well. That shot, it's sometimes really difficult to avoid the one ball that you know is a possible target. He tried to go around the back of it and failed.
One. Seven.
It's not as straightforward as it might seem, this chance.
8.
Allowed that shot to hit the red full ball and almost cleared away from the blue spot. So the blue becomes potable to both pockets, both middles. And there's a red near the black spot, so he wouldn't want to play on the black until that red has been shifted. Just one of these situations where you've got to piece together a few shots and make things happen, and the table becomes more favourable for scoring. And again, Sullivan is very good at making those things all come together.
13. 14.
Well, there's the thin blue line. So taking the brown. Ooh, it stays out.
Ronnie Sullivan, 14.
Shows what a difference it can make, not getting right side of the blue.
One.
Well, bearing in mind how well he played from
1.
3-1 to 3-3, that's a surprising miss, you've got to say. Maybe a bit of tension creeping in, which you can understand, of course.
Yeah, I think the shot looked on, but he seems to have got the pace right. He's just covered the reds, but of course Carter, not only is he in this snooker, he's probably still thinking about the last shot. There's a temptation to hit these as hard as you can, and that's what he's going to do. Attentional pockets. I had the funny feeling that he was getting himself ready to do that. It's a combination of being in a difficult snooker and a little bit of frustration. And he unleashed one there. And to be honest, it could hardly have gone worse. I mean, can you think of a better chance than this that could come O'Sullivan's way? Balls everywhere.
1.
Yeah, it's not really where you want to leave the greatest break builder in the game's history, is it?
In his defence, yeah, it was a pretty wretched snooker to be in. So whatever you do, you might leave one. But he was hoping he might just fluke one or do something different, and it never quite happened.
7.
Well, of course, famously in this tournament, we saw a hit and hope
8.
that had a massive effect on the result, didn't we? Mark Selby, Mark Williams that time, where Selby was he was in a snooker and sort of lashed out, and it wasn't quite clear what he'd hit.
The one thing I remember about that day was that the normally unflappable Mark Williams, everything
30.
just passes him by without him getting annoyed. Was absolutely
40.
enraged by it, and he almost, I think he left, and he's since said that he was thinking about not returning for the rest of the match. And I've never seen him like that before or since.
Well, on this occasion, the hit and hope didn't work, and Ali Carter will feel he's going to be 5-3 down. We'll see. O'Sullivan has missed a couple today, but we saw him make that terrific century in the last frame.
20.
Just a build-up, wasn't it? The missed ball followed by the O'Sullivan snooker behind the brown, and then the
27.
sort of launch into the bunch, and now this. How things can change in a matter of shots.
$34. 35.
So just a couple more pots to go to get to 5-3.
42.
Just a check of the scores, 55 in front, so the pink makes it 61 with 59 remaining. It's called a hit and hope for a reason. You're hoping you'll either fluke one or get it safe somehow. Neither happened.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it done just because a player is generally
49.
frustrated, but I just feel that he didn't have much of an option. So there you are. The upshot is this, and it could have been that he ended up fluking a red. Enough reds moved. None of them went in.
54. 55.
Well, there is enough on again, potentially for another century. Obviously going to get the red by the black into play. That'll do it. Well, this is why they all come, of course, here today. It's a full house, as you'd expect, and so many hoping to see him later in the tournament. Things are looking good on that score now.
58.
And as I said in the last frame, I'm sure there'll be more
69.
players who'll get to 1,000 centuries, but there's only ever going to be one Neil Armstrong, isn't there, on that score? And we're looking at him here. He was the first.
Well, that's true, but when they get to 1,000, then he'll be on certainly 1250 or more, won't he? Maybe even more than that, depending on how much he plays.
74.
Because the interesting thing is how far he gets on that number in his career whenever it
Wow.
ends. He's not going to make one this frame, though.
No, the yellow
No,
has the
74.
temerity to jump off the table. So the break ends at 74, but O'Sullivan, he leads 5-3 and he needs one more to set up a meeting with